Alright guys, part 9. What we're gonna do is add some details to the eyes. So to begin with, I'm in the edge mode. Let's pick one of these edges here and choose select ring. That way we have all these edges selected, and let's do a connect. When you do connect, the new edges that are just inserted by the connect feature are usually highlighted right after the connect feature, So this is probably what we're gonna need in later on, to move inwards. So what I want to do is keep the selection and put it under my selection sets. So just click here under the selection sets and save it out with some name. I don't know, I'll just call it edges 1 and hit enter. And then what we need to do is go to the vertex mode and start moving these vertices using the edge constraint. Bring them a little closer, something like this. Maybe too close. Bring these back a little. Bring them forward. Something like that. Something like this. It's looking good so far. So I'm just going to leave it at this point and go back to my edge mode and select these edges outside. Do the same thing, select ring and then say connect. So we have one more edge loop here. Even though we don't need it later on, but just in case, let's call it edges 2. Okay, and then move these vertices a little bit, something like that. Still constraining them to the edges. We need to do one more edge loop before we grab these edges back and move them inside. So let's go back to the edge mode, and this time I want to throw in another edge loop, closer to the hole. So select any of these edges here, select ring and say connect. Okay, now we are ready to go back to our selection set, which was edges 1. You know what, it's a good idea to undo that and save this last selection set as edges 3, just in case if we need to get back to that later on. So I just saved the new one we just added as edges 3. So let's go and pick the edges 1 and make sure you are not constraining these edges to you are out of the constraint, basically it's set up to none. And with these guys selected, go to the side and move them inside on the y-axis, something like this. Okay, and if you want, you can scale them a little bit, something like that. Looking good so far. So let's get out of the edge mode and turn on our smoothing and see what it looks like. So there we go, we added some details to the eyes, and at this point what you can do is you can go to the vertex mode, select these vertices and try to put them closer to the eyeballs, just being in the subdivided mode here, instead of working in the low poly version, because it makes it easier to match the shape. So there we go. We have some details. In the next part, what I'm gonna do is probably show you how to add some lips to the character, and we'll be done with this modeling. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.